Hi guys, Rebecca Petit here with WZDX News. I'm here on Alabama A&M campus where students are registering to vote. We were actually here this morning and we hear that it was a great voter turnout, but I'm here under a booth where people are actually getting who may not be active voters or may be having issues with voting. This table here right outside of the gym at Alabama A&M is helping people get registered to vote or just figure out their status so that they can actually vote today. So you see some paperwork here, just giving students some information that they need if they may not be able to vote. They're actually providing food and water because a couple, well not a couple, but a few students have been having issues because they maybe be registered in their home county, not in Madison County, or for some reason were called inactive voters. And so this booth here is helping them get squared away. So just want to give you guys a look here at how A&M is helping students make sure that they can exercise their right to vote. I'm gonna go ahead and speak to one of the volunteers here. Tell me your name, please.
Tommy Sykes.
And what is the purpose of you guys being out here today?
We're here to encourage and to entice the ability of would-be voters to come out and exercise their constitutional right. And most of the, well, I wouldn't say most, but some of the students may or may not understand the importance of doing just that. And we're here to encourage them any possible way we can. We're giving out pizza, water, just as an incentive to do that. And you know, with some of them it doesn't take that. We just do that just to make sure that you know, they're doing what they're supposed to do, and to explain to them the importance and what kind of issue might be at stake if they don't do it. So,
how long have you guys been out here for?
Since about probably about 9 this morning. I think some of them may have been here a little bit before, but I had to come from Decatur, so I was a little bit late on the account of some problems we encountered in Decatur and some that we encountered here too with provisional voting.
What has the response been since you've been out here? Have students been receptive to getting help? And as far
as yes. It's been a lot better than we might have anticipated. So with that being said, you know, that there's a lot that's been done today. And you know, if we just get 1 or 2, it's good. But we got quite a few more than we anticipated. The only thing is that we just had problems with the officials providing us enough provisional voting ballots, because there were people here that had problems with the ballots when they didn't have adequate information on some of their applications.
Now, why would someone be deemed inactive, an inactive voter?
Something left out. They didn't vote in the last few elections, and they'll be dropped off of the active list. That's usually what happens. And
so today you're trying to get those people who may be inactive to become active and actually be able to vote today?
Yes, any and all. Even the ones who may not be eligible to vote in this particular election, we want them to be eligible to vote in the next election.
So how does it work? Tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing. I see there's a form here. What exactly, how does that work?
Yeah, this form is something you fill out as a re-identification update form in case there's some information that's left off of the original application that they once filled out.
And then once this form is filled out today, are they able to go in and cast a ballot?
They go in, and they review. This is reviewed by the people that we have inside, and then they decide what the next step. That's what happens. And they, you know, if they're eligible to vote, there's a possibility of that happening. Then we have a couple of buses out here that takes them down to the place on, I believe, Cook Avenue, thank you, on Cook Avenue, and from that point on, they bring them back, and then they go and cast their votes.
All right. Tell me why this is important for you to be out here and just to encourage people to register if they're not registered and to vote if they are able to.
Number 1 is my civic duty, and number 2, I take that very personal. And you know, I don't like to see. I've talked to a lot of people who have said my vote doesn't count. Well, I know, you know, a lot of people with the last election, with the popular vote being as it was, and the electoral college being as it is, think that there need to be a change, and there's going to be a lot of people who don't take interest. So we're here to encourage them that their vote will count, even if we have to get people out of office in order to get other people in office so that some things can change. That's why.
All right. Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome.
And kudos to you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
As I mentioned, guys, I'm outside of A&M, and students are voting here at the gym. Polls, remember, close at 7 p.m. So if you have not voted yet, make sure you head out and vote. You have until 7 p.m. to do so. I'm told more than 500 students have voted at this location, and that number was taken around 1 p.m. And so I'm pretty sure that number has increased, and once I get that information to you, I'll give you those updated numbers. But last time I checked, around 1 p.m. or so, more than 500 people voted at this polling place. It's not too late to vote. If you haven't voted already, you have until 7 p.m. to do so. I'm here at A&M's campus. We have some volunteers out here feeding the students pizza and providing water. And if anyone has any issues with their voting registration, whether it's saying that they're inactive or they're a new voter, these volunteers are helping them get squared away.
Okay, matter of fact, the staff just threw it up. Let me just see if she's the one that's bringing. Hey ma'am, are you bringing any video? Okay, she just threw it up.
You see students here outside of the gym. This is a voting polling place for students here at A&M and anyone in this area.
Yes sir, thank you.
All right, guys, as I mentioned, I'm outside of A&M's gym where students and other residents are able to cast their ballot here. Polls are open until 7, so if you haven't voted already, you still have time. I will keep you guys updated on any other polling locations that I go to. Make sure you tune in on Facebook, on Twitter, and of course at 9 p.m. to our newscast with all the election results. Signing off, Rebecca Petit, WZDX News.